Good morning, almost afternoon, and welcome to the virtual college exploration session on exploring colleges outside of Virginia. I'm Julia Body, I'm your facilitator, and you will meet your panelists in just a couple of minutes. I want to just go over some housekeeping notes. You will use your Q&A button to ask questions at any time. Your camera and microphone are turned off, but so the panelists can't see or hear you. So you definitely want to use the Q&A button. We want to encourage you. There are still a few more sessions left, so this is just one of them, and you can sign up for others here at the www.strivescan.com/Virginia. And we will have a recording of available after our session is over. So I am now going to turn it over to our panelists and we will move forward. Thank you for coming.
Hello and welcome to this panel where we will be covering the topic of exploring colleges outside of Virginia. There are 4 of us here today that will each share some information about our schools. Feel free to put your questions in the question and answer box at the bottom, and we will have time to answer some of those, hopefully all of those questions at the end. So my name is Michelle Bogan, and I am with Winthrop University. I am the admissions counselor, and I work with students in Virginia, Maryland, DC, and Delaware.
Hi, my name is Larry Alterman. I am the manager of East Coast Recruitment, and I work with students across the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Hey everyone, my name is Lily Fowler and I'm an admissions counselor for East Tennessee State University, and I work with students who live in Virginia.
And hello everyone, I'm Catherine Mason. I'm an assistant director of admissions for regional recruitment for UNC Charlotte, or the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. And I work with all students in Virginia, in addition to the greater Research Triangle area of North Carolina all the way to the coast.
Okay, well, I'm going to start. Again, I'm Michelle Bogan with Winthrop University, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about Winthrop. So Winthrop is a 4-year public institution located in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Rock Hill is right at the state line of South Carolina and North Carolina. We are about 20 minutes south of Charlotte. There's plenty to do in Rock Hill. We're the 5th largest city in the state of South Carolina, but it's certainly awesome to be so close to a big city for students to have opportunities for internships and jobs after college. Again, plenty to do in Rock Hill. We have just had our downtown revitalized. It is amazing. There's a big facility there called Knowledge Park. Has a lot of restaurants, shopping, but also just some great opportunities for students to have jobs. We have an electric bus system that runs from the downtown area to our campus, and it is free for all students. So we have approximately 6,000 students, 5,000 undergraduates, and 1,000 there in graduate school. We have students from lots of different countries, about almost 40 now, lots of states. It's just been a big emphasis of ours for many years to continue to attract students from different places. Diversity is very big at Winthrop. We were recently named the most diverse public university in South Carolina. So certainly proud of that. And for over 20 years, we have been named a top regional college. So for us, we have about 300 full-time faculty members, and all of our classes are taught by faculty members. They are not taught by teacher assistants or graduate assistants. They are taught by professors. Our student-teacher ratio is 13:1, and an average class size is 21. Of those professors, 85% do have a terminal degree, which means they have the highest level of degree they can have in their field of study. And we do have over 40 majors in 120 different areas of study. For us, our top 5 majors are business, biology, early childhood education, exercise science, and psychology. Also big at Winthrop are visual and performing arts. So a lot of opportunities for students in music, theater, dance. And also like to point out 2 other spectacular programs we have are human nutrition and interior design. We do require that all of our freshmen and sophomores live on campus. The exception to that is if your home is within 50 miles of school, you can commute. However, 89% of our first-year students do live on campus. We have 8 residence halls. We have apartment style, suite style, and traditional style. So lots of opportunities for students to try different things. Included in those residence halls, free laundry, cable, microwave, refrigerator. And we just feel like it's just a really great way for students to get started, get involved, get plugged in, living on campus. In addition to that, lots of fun things to do. We have over 160 clubs and organizations. Within that, we do have Greek organizations. We have intramural sports, club sports. We have any kind of club you can think of, religious, political, just fun hobby type clubs. And we also have 16 Division I sports, and we are in the Big South Conference. So this just kind of gives you a glance at our averages. And again, these are just averages. You kind of see South Carolina GPA looks higher because they're typically on a 5-point scale, whereas a lot of other places are on a 4-point scale. Again, this is in no means what you need to be accepted. This is just kind of where our averages fall. So GPA and SAT or ACT scores. We do accept both, just to let you know, and we do super score our SAT. So we require students that are interested in Winthrop and want to apply. We have our application on our website. We also take the Common App, but our applications on our website, pretty easy, does not require an essay. Anything you want to send in can be accepted, but not required. Our application is free right now, and it's very easy. And we have the option for students to be test optional this year or to send in their scores. So if you do decide to send in scores, they would need to come from College Board. However, your high school transcript, you can upload yourself. It does not have to come directly from the school. So that's how you can apply. And then you can see, super excited that we now have the option if students do not want, have not tested or do not want to submit scores. We know it's been a hard year to test or retest. So there is a place on our application where you can indicate you're not going to send in scores, and you will write a short essay on what you've learned about yourself during the pandemic. So again, we are going to we're going to be sending out our first decisions on December 1st. We are rolling admissions, so we do not have hard deadlines. However, if we have your information by mid-November, you'll get a decision December 1st. That's our first decision. Our second decision will come in February, and then after that, we will continue to review applications and make decisions. All students that apply are automatically considered for merit-based scholarship. Nothing you have to do. We just look at every application. Also, every student is looked at by the honors college, and if you have the criteria, you will get an invitation to apply to our honors program. Again, that is our process, and we have lots of ways you can connect with us. Feel free to check out our website. We do virtual tours and virtual chats every day, and I'm happy to answer any questions at any time. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Larry Alterman, and I am from Michigan State University, and we're going to talk a little bit about Michigan State. So first I want to talk about where we are located. We're located in East Lansing, Michigan, and East Lansing is about an hour and 15-minute drive from the Detroit airport. You can fly nonstop to the Detroit airport from many of the major airports in Virginia. And next we'll talk about East Lansing. East Lansing is a classic college town where you see the image in the upper right, where you see the umbrellas, that's East Lansing, multiple blocks of shops, restaurants, things to do, where you see the tall buildings across the way, that is campus. And campus has a lot of trees, a lot of grass, very flat, a lot of open space. It's great for walking, for biking. Always a place you can sit underneath a tree and just read a book, relax. You know, just lots of places like that. We have all 4 seasons on campus and a very wide variety of architecture. We are a large school, 49,000 students, but we're dominated by 39,000 undergraduate students. We have 200 areas of study in 17 degree granting colleges. Your major does not impact your ability to be admitted to Michigan State, and you have great flexibility in terms of changing your major. We have an honors college at Michigan State. Our honors college is invitation only. Our honors college is looking for very high achieving students, and they enjoy great academic flexibility at Michigan State. We have lots of ways you can customize your experience. One of them, our entrepreneurship minor, can be combined with any major. Undergraduate research is a major part of our academic culture. We have an Office of Undergraduate Research, and every year we have thousands of students involved in research across all major areas. In terms of study abroad, we go to every continent on the globe, including Antarctica, 275 programs in 60 different countries. If you're looking for a school with a lot of spirit, Michigan State will be able to check this box. You are looking from directly behind the student section at Spartan Stadium, 72,000 seats, something that makes Spartan Stadium, I think, very special for students. You can walk there from any of our residence halls on campus. Our men's and women's basketball team play in the 14,000 seat Breslin Center, also right on campus. Students, our men's basketball team has made the NCAA tournament every year of your lives. There are many things you can be involved in. We have over 900 clubs and student organizations, over 150 live music performances, 28 different sports for intramural and club. We have active but not dominant Greek life. Greek life is about 12% of our student body. So that's about 4,000 students, but that gives you a choice of what types of communities you want to be part of. You do have to live on campus freshman year. We guarantee space freshman year and all 4 years. We have 9 dining halls on campus. You can eat in any of them as many times as you like. We have 20 Sparty convenience stores around campus, making it very easy when you want to pick up an item or two. We even have our own food truck. Let's talk about admissions. So if you look on the lower left, you can see the freshman profile in terms of GPA, ACT, and SAT. Next slide, please. And we take the Common App, the Coalition app, and the Michigan State application. We do not require any supplemental essays. This year, for the first time, Michigan State is test optional. You do not have to submit an SAT or ACT. We will spend a lot of time looking at your transcripts for your grades, your rigor, and your growth as a student. We'll review your extracurricular activities, your essay. Letters of recommendation are not required, but we will read them. We are early action with a November 1 deadline, and after that, rolling admissions. We have already started to read applications. We have already started to notify students that they are Spartans. We do have a lot in the way of support for you. We have 5 engagement centers around campus, which offer free tutoring in most subjects first and second year students are taking, also health and wellness support and advising support. Our freshman retention rate is 92%. Each of our colleges has their own career center, and they will start working with you to pursue internships and even full-time positions as soon as your first month on campus. When you do graduate, 95% of our graduates are placed within 6 months of graduation, and you join an alumni network of almost 500,000. We hope you'll consider joining us on the banks of the Red Cedar River. The Red Cedar River cuts right through the heart of the Michigan State campus. And this is my contact information. If you want to take a quick screenshot of this or a quick photo, you can email me, you can call me, or you can text me. Also, I encourage you, you can share this information with your parents as well. I am happy to communicate with them. Thank you so much for coming today.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Lily. Again, I am the admissions counselor for East Tennessee State University. If you do have any questions during all of our presentations, don't be shy, use that Q&A button. We're here to help you out. So what we're going to be talking about today is just a brief overview of our academics, how to become a Buccaneer, residential and campus life, and then our tuition and fees. So before I start talking specifically about ETSU, I just want to touch on where we're located. So we are located in Johnson City, Tennessee, which is home to approximately 63,000 people. So we're right at the point of Tennessee, which makes us actually about only 45 minutes away from the Virginia border. And also a really cool thing is we are a part of the Appalachian Mountains. So we're surrounded by many biking and hiking trails along with rivers and lakes and things like that. And then the picture that we're looking at right now is our growing downtown area. So this is where we have our Southern food, hospitality, and festivals. We host different things in our Founders Park, which is that green space you're looking at. But there's going to be tons of options and opportunities for you to get involved with our Johnson City, Tennessee area. But also say if you're wanting to explore and go to Dollywood, then we're only about an hour and a half away from Dollywood, and we're only about an hour away from Asheville. So say if you wanted to go out on the weekend, explore a little bit more, then we're actually really conveniently located to do day trips and things like that. All right, so why should you choose ETSU? Well, we're a Division I public university that houses nearly 15,000 students. We're not too big and we're not too small. So at this size, you can expect access to the resources and opportunities that larger universities have, while also maintaining a small campus feel with an average classroom size of 23 students and a 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We have 10 different colleges with 150 different academic programs that you can choose from. I'm not going to talk about all of our colleges today, but just some highlights of our programs would include our highly accredited business program, which ranks in the top 5% of all business schools in the world, to our health science programs, which we offer which we have more comprehensive health science programs than almost any other school in the US. We also have a nationally ranked teachers education program. We were founded as a teachers college, and we offer the top computer science and largest nursing program in the state of Tennessee. So you're going to have tons of different options if you do decide to come to ETSU. So our admissions process and our requirements. So we're all about access here at ETSU, which is why we decided to go test optional for the fall 2021 academic year. So you can see that for requirements, you need a 2.3 GPA or a 19 on the ACT or SAT. We also require that our high school students take 16 specific high school credits. This would just include like your English, math, science, foreign language, things like that. But if you want to kind of look and see what credits specifically we offer, you can just go onto our admissions page. But say now you're ready to apply to ETSU. So we do have a rolling admissions. We don't have any deadlines, anything like that. So your first step is going to be filling out our online application by going to etsu.edu/apply. We're not going to require an essay or anything. It's about a 10 to 15-minute application. And then once you submit your application, you'll just need to contact your high school or high school counselor and ask them to send your high school transcripts to us. And they can send that by, through email or postage mail or through any electronic service. And then say if you want to take the ACT or SAT for scholarship purposes, then you'll just have to get the testing service to send your scores to us. And then once we receive all documentation, we will then be able to review you for admittance. So for our housing, we have 10 different residence halls with 5 different styles. So as of now, we do not require our freshmen to live on campus, and everyone is allowed their own personal vehicle. But if you want to live on campus, there is going to be a separate application that you will need to fill out on the housing website. And then say you want to live on campus, but more specifically with students who are interested in the same program as you, then we do offer 9 different living learning communities for our freshmen. And this is just going to be an additional application that you'll also find on the housing website. And then just to show you the price, if you were to live on campus, if you were in a traditional residence hall with the 7-day silver level meal plan, then you're going to be looking at about $8,900 per academic year. And then just a fun fact we like to throw out because we're pretty proud about it, is that 35% of our students who live on campus makes the Dean's List every year. So we really encourage our students to get involved on campus, and that's whether it's living in a residence hall or through clubs and student organizations, which is why outside of the classroom, we offer over 250 different student organizations and 19 different Division I sports. With our sporting events, all of our students can get into our games for free by just showing their ETSU ID card. And then some of our student organizations range from like club sports to academic clubs to honors societies, fraternity and sorority life. And you even have the option to create your own club if we don't have it. You just need 4 other friends and a faculty mentor, and you can start your own club. And then we do have our first year experience courses, which would be like our preview weekend, which is the weekend before classes start. And it's just a little fun gathering for our students to get broken up into groups. And there's like a hypnotist, and you get to tour campus again, figure out, where your classes are at, lip singing battles, fun things happen. I definitely encourage you to take advantage of that. And then we have our ETSU 1020 and Health 1350 class, which will provide you with a big mentor and also a faculty mentor that will kind of help you kind of get comfortable at ETSU. So for tuition, if you live in Washington, Lee, Scott, Bristol, or Grayson County, you will be eligible for in-state tuition, which is $9,500 per academic year. If you live in any county outside of that, then we had just had this huge tuition reset, and now your tuition is set for $10,500 per academic year. So you're only $1,000 off of that in-state tuition. And then I talked about previously the in-state or if you were living on campus with the 7-day silver level meal plan, that was about $8,900. So in total, you're going to be looking about $18,000 to $19,000 per academic year. And that's not including any scholarships that you're eligible for or anything like that. And ETSU can be really affordable, which is why 92% of our students do receive some sort of financial assistance. Some options for our financial assistance would be our Creative Arts Scholarship, which will grant in-state tuition for out-of-state students. So this is a scholarship for students who are interested in majoring in the arts, such as marching band, digital media, art and design, and a couple more options. And then we also have the Academic Common Market. We have that partnership, and that also grants in-state tuition for our students. And that's if you are majoring in engineering and technology with a concentration in construction, manufacturing, or biomedical. We also have it in digital media, environmental health, public health, surveying and mapping, and cardiopulmonary science. And if you're interested in visiting campus, we are offering in-person and virtual tours. Our in-person tours are offered Monday through Friday, 4 times a day, and we even have some tours on Saturday as well. So you can just go to etsu.edu/visit to sign up for the in-person tour. And if you want to experience campus virtually, then you can do so by just going to etsu.university-tour.com. And if you all have any questions, feel free to take a picture of this. It's just my contact information. So you can email, you can call me, you can text me. And then if you want to stay up to date with us on social media, you can follow us at ETSU Admissions. And then if you just want to find out more information about ETSU, you can just go to etsu.edu. But thank you all so much. Look forward to seeing some questions. But now I'll pass it over to Catherine.
All right, thank you so much, Lily. Well, once again, welcome everyone. I'm Catherine Mason, and I'm an Assistant Director of Admissions for Regional Recruitment at UNC Charlotte. I wanted to just give you some information about UNC Charlotte, a general overview, and then I'll also go over the application process as well. Right here on this screen, you'll see just some images of campus. At UNC Charlotte, or the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, we are, of course, located in Charlotte, North Carolina. And what's unique about our distinction and our proximity to the city of Charlotte is that there's just 9 miles between UNC Charlotte and Uptown Charlotte. And if you've ever been to Charlotte, you know that we call our downtown Uptown because it's actually located on a hill. We're even connected by a really cool light rail, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But that distinction is pretty key. That's something that's very important to us, where students have the opportunity to have really the best of both worlds, the large, vibrant student campus community, in addition to a classified research university, thanks to our Carnegie classification, and then also proximity to an incredible city. We're also the fastest growing university in the state of North Carolina. So to give you an idea, in the past 7 years, we built 22 new buildings. Looking at our total enrollment, we have a total enrollment of just over 30,000 students. And that breaks down a bit where we have just under 6,000 students pursuing their master's or doctoral degrees. And then of course, for the undergraduate population, just over 24,000 students. So this officially, as of about a month ago, has made us officially the second largest public institution in North Carolina. And we're so excited about that. But what I really want to encourage you to keep in mind is that while we are the second largest public institution in North Carolina, we're so much more than just a large university. We have a very, very close-knit community that is Niner Nation, as we call it. When you're a student at UNC Charlotte, you're a Niner. It is a very incredible, very diverse, very inclusive community, and our students love being a part of it. Looking a little bit more into those numbers, the average class size at UNC Charlotte is 35, with a 19-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We have plenty of online programs as well, but really traditionally for such a large university, we actually tend to be very traditional in nature, where we really like the in-class experience, very discussion-based environment as well. We're also recognized as a global campus. So we have students coming from 87 different countries worldwide, and also representing 49 different states throughout our nation. And 40% of our student body self-identifies as coming from an underrepresented background, which includes first-generation students. So what does that mean? Basically, that means that you are going to be surrounded by other students from different backgrounds, really offering different perspectives within the classroom discussion. And that really ultimately adds so much to not only your academic experience, but your position as a future employer in the workforce as well. So our students love that. This is one of my favorite aspects of campus and of UNC Charlotte's opportunity, and that is the light rail. The light rail is this train system that comes to and from campus. It actually stops on campus 107 times a day, fun fact, and it takes you through 11 different stations throughout Charlotte. And remember that we have 9 miles between UNC Charlotte's campus and Uptown Charlotte. So while we're not directly in Uptown Charlotte, we also have that close proximity to it with ease, where students can hop on the light rail, enjoy a Panthers game, going to the Museum of Art, an internship, celebrating a friend's birthday at a restaurant they've been dying to go to, any of those things. But they also love that they can hop back on the light rail and have a beautiful residential campus home to come home to as well. A little bit more about Charlotte itself. Charlotte is the second largest financial banking hub in the nation, and that's second to New York City and closely tied with San Francisco. It is an incredible city. Some of these companies that you see on the screen are major companies who are headquartered around Charlotte, really right around the corner from UNC Charlotte. And 8 of the Fortune 500 companies are globally headquartered in Charlotte as well. So this really speaks to how we not only have students graduating and then jumping into one of these major companies for their future employers, but we also really take a big consideration for experiential learning, which means learning by doing, learning by experience. 90% of our students take part in experiential learning of some kind as an undergraduate student, which means they're interning or taking part in a co-op or maybe even working for one of these major employers for a group project for one of their classes. You know, this is all experience that they're really able to help learn at a deeper level within their class. And that's really what it's all about. We're very big on experiential learning and taking full opportunity of the fact that we are just 9 miles from Uptown Charlotte. Looking at our academic opportunities, we have 171 majors, 65 master's programs, and 22 doctoral programs. Last year, that number was 149. So the growth of UNC Charlotte, the way in which we are the fastest growing university in North Carolina, really speaks to also the growth of our majors and the way we're keeping up with the industry's need for the job market out there. So we're really preparing our students for that. And while I won't go into detail about every single program that we have, I will tell you that we have 7 different academic colleges which organize all of those majors and programs. So College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, Arts and Architecture, Belk College of Business, Cato College of Education, Computing and Informatics, Health and Human Services, and last but definitely not least, Lee College of Engineering. And then if you were anything like me in high school, I was so excited to apply to college. I had fine-tuned my list of majors down to about 3, but I was not ready to put a major on an application to college just yet. I was an undeclared student or an undecided student applying to college. And if that's you, just know that you are 1000% okay to apply to UNC Charlotte as an undeclared student. What would happen is you would actually start with our university college and work with our academic advisors on navigating your next, your next academic path from there. And then we have an honors college at UNC Charlotte too. We have various honors programs throughout our different academic disciplines, but the way to apply for one of those is through the honors college. It's like the front door to our various honors programs. And you can benefit from a lot of wonderful things like discussion-based smaller classes, team building exercises, engagement for internships and community service, scholarship advising at the national level, and even priority registration. One thing to keep in mind is that there is a priority deadline of December 15th, and it is an additional application to submit as well. Looking back at campus life, we have 18 different residence halls plus Greek Village, over 6,000 students living on campus, and 80% of our freshmen live on campus. So it is a very vibrant campus community with over 400 different clubs and student organizations that are student-led, student-run, over 50 intramural clubs and intramurals, sports and club sports, and then 18 Division I sports teams. So if you want to cheer on Niner Nation, this is the place. We are very proud to be Niner Nation, very proud to cheer on our 18 Division I sports, and over 70 different study abroad programs as well. This is UREC, as we call it, University Rec Center. This is actually home to a 148,000 square foot building that is completely devoted to health and wellness. It has an indoor track, indoor pool, as well as tons of fitness opportunities for students as well. But these are the kinds of buildings that we are creating as we're growing and continuously modern for our students and school community. This is completely devoted to health and wellness, and this opened just this past January. So switching gears a little bit, looking at the application process. If you are a senior who is applying for fall 2021 this year or considering applying, I'll go over the required documents, what's optional, and also what our deadlines are. What's required is an online application, the application fee, the official high school transcript, and the essay. For the essay, you would just choose from one of the Common App prompts and complete your essay from there. The online application, you can submit that one of 2 ways, either through the Common App or your Future 49ers portal. And then the application fee is $75, but we also accept a variety of fee waivers. Looking at what's optional, like many institutions this year, we are going score or test optional. So it is completely optional and up to you if you wish to submit an SAT or ACT test scores, but know that you're not at a disadvantage for not submitting them. And it's also not the primary reason for an admissions decision at UNC Charlotte. Recommendation letters and a personal statement, those are all optional. You know, you're welcome to submit them if you feel like they're going to add some value to your application. And if so, then they are absolutely reviewed and appreciated in that application review. Looking at our non-binding deadlines, and non-binding basically means if admitted, it's up to you if you wish to enroll. That is November 1st, where you'd receive your admissions decision by January 30th for the early action deadline, or the regular decision deadline of February 1st, receiving an admissions decision by April 1st. After February 1st, it's on a space available basis. Looking at the admitted freshman profile of students who were accepted last year for fall 2020, that middle 50% of those students who were accepted, this is that range. So 3.7 to 4.3 weighted, 3.3 to 3.8 unweighted. Looking at SAT or ACT test scores, 1110 to 1290 SAT, or 22 to 28 composite ACT, and we do super score. The last thing I'm going to mention is that we really want to continue that conversation with you at UNC Charlotte, and the best way to do it is to fill out and complete your Future 49er portal. That's future49ers.uncc.edu. And you're also welcome to email me. You know, as a Virginia student, I am your point of contact for UNC Charlotte. I would love to put you in contact with any information you need. And we have tons of great ways to visit campus, both virtually and in person this fall. So we look forward to speaking with you. Thank you all so much. So that's it from me with UNC Charlotte and all of our presentations. But at this time, I would love to open it up to any questions that you all have. So feel free to drop those questions in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen, and we would love to tackle those. While you're thinking of those questions, I'd also love to bring our presenters on screen and chat a little bit about maybe one special tradition at each of our campuses. So while we're sharing that, definitely encourage you again to drop some questions in the Q&A box for any of our institutions or all of us. But we'll probably go in speaking order, so I will kick it back over to Michelle if you'd like to start us off with maybe a fun tradition at your institution.
Yes, that would be great. So for us, a little bit about Winthrop. We started as an all-girls teaching school over 130 years ago. And when it was an all-girls teaching school, the ladies wore long blue skirts, like white tops. And so we have our convocation every year right before classes start, usually the Monday before classes start. And following convocation, we have what is called a blue line. And just like when it was an all-girls ladies school and they were in their long blue skirts, we give all of our freshmen blue t-shirts of some sort, and they wear them to convocation. And so we have the blue line, and we followed the president, and we have a picnic. So it's called the blue line. It follows convocation, and it's just a fun, great tradition for us. So yeah.
So at Michigan State, one of our traditions is the rock. We have this large rock on campus, which we call very originally the rock. And student groups can camp out overnight. And then in the morning, they can paint the rock any way they want to promote their organization, to promote upcoming activities. And so every day it changes. Every night a different group is there. And it's really exciting for our students to kind of check out the rock each day when they're walking by.
So a tradition that ETSU has, in my presentation, you all might have seen this yellow road, kind of, maybe not, you probably didn't even notice it, but that is like a yellow brick road. It's called our Pride Walk. So if you participate with our preview weekend that I was kind of talking about, then you actually will be able to paint the Pride Walk. And then say if you don't attend preview weekend, but you end up joining like a student organization or club, all of our student organization and clubs actually have the opportunity to paint our Pride Walk as well. So you get to express your Buccaneer spirit on the Pride Walk, and you get to walk it going to our student center.
Awesome, awesome. And at UNC Charlotte, we have something called Gold Rush in the beginning of the very first semester. So, you know, we have over 400 student-led organizations and clubs, but, you know, as a new incoming student, whether you're a transfer student or a first-time freshman, how do you find your college family right away? You know, where do you navigate your next steps and how do you meet people? So we, like I said, are a very close-knit community, even though we are a large university. And one of the biggest, most exciting things on campus is kicking things off that first semester by welcoming everyone through Gold Rush. And that's basically a chance for students to kind of learn through a club fair outside, but it's so much more than just a normal club fair. There are performances, there are game shows, there are so many cool things going on campus. So that's kind of at the heart and center of campus with Gold Rush. That is an annual tradition and students get so excited for it. And it's just a great way to meet new friends, meet also all of those organizations that you might want to potentially join. Thank you for that, everyone. And so I will also add one more final question. What is one final piece of advice that you would give to students who are in Virginia and just thinking of potentially going to a college, you know, outside of Virginia?
So I would suggest definitely, I know in this virtual world we're living in, go to the websites, do as much virtual tours as you can, sign up for chats, ask a lot of questions. And then, you know, if there is going to be a time when there are some events coming up in person, if you can make the trip, definitely try to go. But, you know, we all understand that that it has been tough, but I would definitely, I know it's this virtual world and there's a lot of burnout right now, but I would definitely do as much of the virtual information as you can and reach out to counselors, ask questions. And we want to talk to you all. We want to help you. So, so definitely, yeah, just contact us and use us for sure. Thanks.
So students, I would say two things. One, think about what environments you want for yourself. Think about what questions you need to ask to determine if a particular school, maybe that you can't even visit in person, is that type of environment. And I would really do that. And also I would say you have two lists of schools. One list is the list you apply to. That list is important. But what's going to be even more important is the list of schools you're accepted in, because that's the schools where the door is open. And then really, I encourage you to really keep doing your research. I recommend doing a lot of it, honestly, on the university sites, because the third-party sites very often are not updated. We're updating our site sometimes on a daily basis if things are changing. So I really encourage you to use the university sites for info.
So Michelle kind of touched on it, but definitely touring campus. A lot of places are open for in-person tours. If not, then they have the virtual tour. Typically, when you step onto the campus, you're going to know it's the right fit for you. And then also just don't sell yourself short. Apply to as many places as possible. I mean, most schools are test optional this year. If you haven't had the chance to take the ACT or SAT yet, go ahead and apply. You still have time to take it if you need it. Just apply to as many places.
Those are all such great pieces of advice. And what I will just add to that about is basically saying, you know, one recommendation is to reach out to or to hear from current students at that out-of-state institution you're thinking about. So what I would suggest is, you know, at least at UNC Charlotte, I know we have a virtual session once a week for our out-of-state students to kind of hear from our current students who originally came from out of state. And it's really nice for them to hear about what that process is like and kind of what to expect, because really you're getting out of your comfort zone. You're out of your original hometown. Maybe some of your friends might be going to colleges nearby or within the state, and you might feel kind of left out in that sense. So, you know, reaching out to or even tuning into sessions from current students at that out-of-state institution you're considering, you know, that's a really great way just to hear from them and to maybe just emotionally prepare for the transition that might occur with attending an out-of-state institution. Well, those are great pieces of advice, everyone. I don't think we have any other new questions. At this time, I'm just going to let you know that this is the best way to contact all of us. These are all of our email addresses. Really, no question is too big or too small or too silly. Always feel free to reach out to us with questions. We do love questions. We love to be a resource for all of you, and we just encourage you just to continue that conversation with us. So like everyone had said earlier, feel free to take a screenshot of this, but also just be sure to reach out to us with any questions in the future. And thank you for considering all of us, and thank you for considering also an out-of-state institution. We really appreciate you all tuning in. Thanks so much.
You are muted right now.
I am so sorry. Thank you, panelists, for providing such great information. Thank you, students, for participating. I do want to ask students to complete the survey that you will find after the session. And remember, you can sign up for a couple of other sessions, and recordings will be available. I wish everyone the best in your college application journey. Please stay well, stay safe. Bye-bye.